Uber and Lyft passengers, have you ordered a ride only to see that you can't get a ride? Or that your driver is coming from 20, 25 minutes away? What's going on? We're going to talk about that right now. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and this is Real Rideshare Stories. So today we're going to be talking to the passengers of Uber and Lyft out there. Explain exactly why there is not enough drivers on the road, a couple of different reasons why, and what you can do to make sure you're going to get your ride and be good when it comes to traveling, when it comes to going out with friends, whatever it might be, that you'll be able to get your ride and not worry about not getting a ride. So first off, a lot of drivers decided to stop driving during the pandemic because there weren't any rides coming in. Now, everybody wants to go out because things are reopening, and so it's creating this supply and demand issue. And Uber and Lyft realize and recognize this, but they're not really saying anything on the passenger side of what's going on. So you may have only seen it when it comes to maybe some news articles that are popping up in your area. Not even really that many people are paying attention to it. As more and more people are going out, as more and more things are opening up, there are longer wait times for drivers because still many drivers have not come back to start driving. One of the biggest reasons is they're getting unemployment. So they don't have to go out, they don't have to do anything, and they can take the time off while they are waiting to get back out on the road. They might be waiting for a vaccine. They might be waiting because they're not feeling comfortable going out on the road yet, or they're just kind of sitting back and enjoying. So that helps a lot. But probably in September, when the PUA runs out, you're going to see more and more drivers come on the road because they're not getting the unemployment. Now, the other thing with that is if they extend unemployment longer, then you probably will be seeing a longer time of driver shortage. So this isn't something that is going to be solved immediately. It's going to probably be for the next several months. Also, many drivers who are driving decided to take other ventures. Either they're doing food delivery, either they're doing package courier, something else in the gig economy, another job, or just decided to walk away from rideshare. So there are a good chunk of drivers that are not driving Uber and Lyft based on those few reasons as well. And one of the big things too is why drivers walked away is some of the relationship strain between Uber and Lyft and drivers. It's created a relationship strain on drivers, on riders, on the company itself. And these companies aren't really doing anything to help prevent that from happening, but actually encouraging it because they're looking more for profit versus an accountable service that is going to be better. So that is become an issue as well, and why some drivers have walked away. Now, Uber and Lyft do recognize and realize that there was going to be a driver shortage at their first earnings call in Q1 of this year, talking about it and what they're going to try to do to help get drivers to come back on the road and to attract new drivers. The only thing is, it's going to take a lot of time. It's not going to be something that's going to be quick and simple. It's going to take several months. So you're probably going to see a driver shortage through September or maybe even to the end of the year and longer, depending on how many people are looking for rides and how many drivers are actually coming on the platform. Now, Uber and Lyft are trying to offer certain incentives to drivers to come back or to become a new driver, but not all drivers are coming back. And also, it's hard to attract new drivers right now because this pandemic is still ongoing. Now, let's talk about a couple of things that you can do to make sure you have a ride when you need it. First off, schedule your ride. Know your schedule and when you need to be picked up or dropped off at that time. Make sure you schedule the ride in advance, and then you'll have somebody that will be there at the time that you need to go, and you will be dropped off at the time you need to get there. So that is probably the best thing that you could do. Now, that is not foolproof. That could still provide some issues depending on if there are even enough drivers to take that scheduled ride. But Uber and Lyft will do whatever they can to try to make sure there is a driver there waiting for you. Now, if you are traveling, just know you cannot schedule a ride from the airport to wherever you're going to go. So you might have to wait at that point. And certain areas are going to be facing a much larger driver shortage than others. Somewhere like Nevada, when you're going to Las Vegas, you might not be able to get an Uber or Lyft because there is a severe shortage. So just know that you might want to plan ahead by either getting a taxi, by trying to risk an Uber or Lyft, or even renting a vehicle. But for right now, for the next several months, you're probably going to have to plan ahead a little bit more so than just opening your app and trying to get a ride. Otherwise, you might be waiting upwards of a half an hour or so, waiting for a driver to come get you, if you could even get a ride at all. Now, drivers who are watching this, if you have any other tips for riders when it comes to making sure that they get a ride, make sure you comment below. Also, riders who are watching this, what's the longest wait time that you've seen when it comes to Uber and Lyft? Comment below, let us know. All right, that's the end of the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. And as always, never drink and drive. Always tip your drivers, your delivery drivers, and your shoppers. And we'll see you next time.